Hi, this is Jason. I'm on a quest to spot a fairy. In this first season of Fairy Sightings, I want to introduce you to a very special person, my mom. She is a fairy master.
My mom, Anne Corey Dorsey, is one of the living experts on fairies. Her grandmother, Fanny Y. Corey, was a master artist and knew a lot about fairies. In fact, she found fairies in the flowers of her garden and in the woods around her house and taught my mom all kinds of things about fairies. And I'm going to take you into my mom's house and introduce you to my mom, who is a fairy master. Come with me.
Hello, I'm a fairy master. My name is Anne Corey Dorsey, and I became one by studying with my grandma, Fanny Y. Corey, who knew all about fairies. And so I learned from her. That's kind of how the fairy lore goes.
Is it hard to see fairies?
Well, it's almost impossible. They are they're very quick and they're very small and they're very active, and you just think you see a blink of something bright and shiny, and then it's gone, and it might have been a fairy.
Have you ever seen a fairy yourself?
Well, in my mind's eye, I've seen quite a few with my grandma. So my grandma, she loved whimsy, and she combined natural things like pine cones or things that were found. And she loved little birds. You find them in her fairy alphabet. And this is something I made kind of because of learning to love the little things like she loved. And this is in my home. And some of the things could be in a mystery box for you.
Mom, where do fairies live?
Well, my grandma showed me fairies outside, and that's the main place they live. Now, there's this possibility that some might be sleeping in a bouquet, flowers, and come into the house, but that's very rare.
Can we build fairy houses that fairies might, come and stay in?
Well, you can have a fairy-friendly environment, where they feel safe. It's kind of like if you make safe houses for fairies, they're very liable to come by and visit and maybe have a tea. They love tea, and they love exploring, and they're curious like cats are. This is an example of a fairy house, and my husband made it because he had learned about the fairies, and I've treasured it. And I can't say that I've seen a fairy in and out of it, but it's very special to me. This is a birdhouse that I have. It's kind of like it could possibly be like a place, like a hotel for fairies. Quite a few of them could live here. And it's something I have in my house. A dear friend of ours made it, and I treasure it because it could have to do with fairies too. Since fairies usually live outside, this is a kind of a little setting I have in case they feel like they'd like to live in this birdhouse. And I put some friendly creatures, a cute little frog. My grandma had a picture of a frog jumping with a little fairy riding it. And like I say, she loved the natural things and often pointed to flowers, as we would talk about Queen Mab resting in the inner part of the flower, and made up stories about what she was doing as she rested in a flower, and her fairies that took care of her were doing different things. It was always like a bee hive, busy and meaningful. So the fairies, of course, are tender-hearted, and this is a little nest with eggs in it that they care for and take an interest in. So I have it out here so they can fly in and out and do whatever needs to be done.
Shh. Be very quiet. Look, you can see where fairies have been swimming in this bird path. You see the lines that they made in the bottom of the bird bath with their feet as they slide along? If we're quiet enough, we might even be able to see one. This bird bath is right outside of my mom's window. I'm pretty sure that she knows the fairies that play in it. Look, I found this fairy house in the woods near my parents' house. I know my mom must have a fairy that lives in it, but it's so old and broken down. I wonder who this fairy is and what is this fairy's name. You have to be so quiet, it's almost impossible to see fairies. Okay, Mom, I need to ask you this. I've been outside your house. I've seen a bird bath with streaks of fairy feet in the mud at the bottom. I've found a little birdhouse on the ground that it looks like a fairy's been in. And I want to know, have you or haven't you seen fairies here at your home? And have you made them tame?
Well, it's really sort of a secret thing. I don't even know with you if I can tell the whole of it, as much as I would like to.
Hey, this is Jason here at Sunny Shore Studio. I've been studying under my mom, the fairy master, Ann Dorsey, and she told me to make a fairy-friendly place where maybe the fairies would come and stay. So I want to show you some of the places that I've been making for fairies. Here's one. This is where we put our sign out for the studio. But I thought maybe, just maybe, a fairy would like to live here in this buoy. Down that hole, they could climb down on that rope. There's a nice little hole where maybe they could hide. It is kind of close to the road, though. I'm not sure that would be the best. But I've got another spot to show you. I'm pretty sure that there's fairies there. Here's the bird bath at Sunny Shore Studio. I don't see any of those lines that were... Wait a second. Look. Do you see them? Do you see where it looks like there were some fairy feet there in the dirt and mud at the bottom? There might be fairies here at Sunny Shore Studio. I'm so excited. Come with me. I think I found a place here at Sunny Shore Studio where fairies maybe live or maybe play. This is the woods. Look, come with me. The woods near the studio. And here in this place that's so quiet, and the trees tower overhead. Look what I found. Come down here with me. My mom, who is a fairy master, said that fairies are very shy. But look what I found. I found a place in the leaves and the dirt that's cleaned out. And it looks like there's pine cones put in a circle. And I wonder if the fairies might sit on those pine cones. You can also see where there's some cedar branches, little cedar limbs. It's so pretty. I think this might be a place where the fairies live. Hey, this is Jason Dorsey at Sunny Shore Studio. It's really getting dark out. You can see the lights and the water. This is a really good time to try to find fairies before it gets too dark at dusk. I'm walking to that place in the woods where I saw the fairies. We have to be so quiet. There's the wood pile. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh my goodness. Do you see the sparkling? I think I see some fairies dancing. Let's try to get closer. We have to be very quiet. Shh. You have to be so quiet. Fairies can hear you. You have to be so still. Look. They're dancing. Oh, they disappeared. I almost caught them. What? What, Willow?
I found some fairy things.
You found what?
Fairy treasures.
You found a fairy treasure?
Yeah.
Let's go! Oh, wow. Oh. Wait for me, I can't run fast enough. Oh, the fairy hollow. I knew there were fairies back here, and Willow has found them. What did you find, Willow? Oh, wait, whoa, whoa. Oh, wow. It's a fairy treasure chest. They made it out of a shell. Wow. Good job, Willow. Willow, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Show me what's in the fairy treasure.
So I think this is like a bottle of pearls.
Oh, wow. Here, let me see this. Oh my goodness, look at those precious pearls. I didn't know fairies love to have treasure.
This must have something in it.
What do you think's in that? Oh my goodness. They must love beautiful, sparkly things. Wow. What else? Oh, wow. It's a heart with it looks like a little seed inside, a mustard seed maybe.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, wow. It's like a treasure. Look at that. The intricate cuttings of and oh yeah, look at that. Wow. They definitely love beautiful things. I'm learning that about fairies. And an owl. They love nature too, and that's a cute owl. Look at that owl. Oh wow. Oh, it's a flag.
Looks like a...
Turn it the right way so I can see the flag. There you go. It's an American flag. So I wonder, oh, you're right. Yeah, look at that flag. They're very patriotic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty. Oh, and look at this cute little sea star. Oh, yeah, look at that.
What's this?
Oh, and a cross. Some fairies must be religious even. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and one last thing in that beautiful fairy treasure chest you found. It's a butterfly. Look at that. Wow. Good job. You found a fairy treasure, Willow.
Hi, this is Jason again. I had so much fun learning all about fairies from my mom, Anne, who's a fairy master. I hope someday I can become a fairy master apprentice. Wasn't it cool to find that treasure chest with all those little neat, pretty things that the fairies had treasured and kept in that beautiful shell? I thought that was neat. You know, you can make fairy friendly environments yourself. And if you're interested, my wife, Jenny, who's not on a quest to sight a fairy but loves little things, has created mystery fairy boxes. And if you'd like to order one, you can order a mystery fairy box and it will be sent directly to your house. But I can't tell you what's in it because each one of them is different. But I can say this, that every one of those boxes has something special from my great grandmother, Fanny White Corey, who was also a fairy master. And someday I hope I can show you a real life fairy. Look forward to season number 2. It will be coming soon.